Welcome to the Fantasy Six-Pack Hour. Week 15 fantasy playoffs are here. Get you ready by doing our top streamers, little start-sit action, rankings review, injuries, a news update, and a whole lot more. Let's get it going.
The Fantasy Six-Pack Hour.
Right. Fantasy Six-Pack Hour is here. My name is Joe Bond, founder of FantasySixPack.net. With me over here, Corey Pieper, and over here, AJ Applegarth. Probably just points with the other finger. There we go. What's going on, guys?
I wasn't watching you. Not much. Playoffs are here, and I'm not really in many of them, so that's okay though. Less stuff I can pay attention to.
Apparently, do the opposite of what AJ says. I'm just kidding.
Nope. Not if you want to win this week.
I am in probably just slightly over half of my leagues. I just missed one of the Kings Classic playoffs. Actually, both by like one game each. Missed the Crab Cake League playoffs. My team was abysmal in that league. Like, I should have had no business even being close to the playoffs in that one. And I think I'm in all the rest of them. So those are the only three. 3 out of like 8 I didn't make. And I'm in the quarterfinals of Scott Fish. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I think I'm in 7 or 8 of 12. So something like
AJ,
that.
remember when you had time to play 12 leagues?
I also have no children. I just wanted to point it out here. I have the one person who has no children,
That's what we were kind of pointing out. So
the good old days.
Good old days when all I had to do was wake up, stumble out of bed, get to work, come back home, play some fantasy football. I'm good to go.
Oh, yeah.
And blow off my driveway in negative 33-degree temperatures.
I do not envy you.
I got that too. I still have some responsibilities in life.
I do not envy you for that.
Guess if you want.
All right. AJ, you ready to roll, man? We got your streamers of the week.
I am.
I don't know what the hell just happened here. Here we go. Let's do that. All right, let's start off here with your quarterback streamer of the week. Oh boy, we back. Oh boy, we ready for this?
Yep, indeed. This is life now. We're going heavy, going deep here with Mr. JJ McCarthy. He is at Dallas, who is the absolute worst team in general. And then they are also the worst against the position of quarterback, giving up the most points against. That is at 25 right now. JJ's rostership's sitting at 33%. So he is pretty highly likely available. F6P projections at 15.1, and ECR has him at QB 17. I get it. It's Minnesota has been very, very abysmal. They've been hard to watch at times, which is by at times I mean pretty much all season. And JJ McCarthy has been abysmal to watch basically all season when he's been on the field. Week 1, still his best game of the season, fantasy points wise. But last week against Washington, who is also very terrible against the position, he put up fairly identical numbers to that first week against Chicago. 163 yards. Okay, not great, but 3 touchdowns was definitely great. And had 6 rushing attempts for a whopping 19 yards. Also not really great. But they won 31-0. And now he's going into Dallas against yet another NFC East foe who they play 3 of in a row, actually. Washington last week, Dallas this week, and Giants next week. I mean, it's hard to pull the trigger on JJ, but looking at his upswing last week against a weak team, I feel like Dallas, their defense is still okay at times, but not against quarterbacks. I don't get why, but they just suck. So I definitely think he can put up some points. Now, I get it. It's playoff week. So these streamers, take them with a bit of a grain of salt. A lot of people are probably relying more on their studs, their starters that got him here. But you should also be relying on some of the streamers and free agent waiver wire pickups throughout the season that are a bigger reason that got you here due to stud performing.
Let me ask you this, and because you kind of gave this idea before the show, a little start or streamer pick here. So guys that got people here, right? Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy. Bo Nix is playing the Packers.
Mm-hmm. Not a good matchup at all.
There's a few here. I got a couple.
Yeah, I mean Nix. He started off pretty hot, after week 1. He had a nice run going. And then he kind of fell off in week 10 against Vegas. That whole game was absolute trash, that Thursday night game. But he's kind of back on the upswing. He's getting a lot of passing yards, which is nice, but he's not getting any touchdowns. He has 1 touchdown and 1 interception throwing over the last 3 weeks. He did have a rushing touchdown last week, but again, that's his only touchdown against Las Vegas. So I would lean JJ in this matchup. Green Bay is too tough against opposing quarterbacks. I like Nix. I've been a big fan of his all season. He was kind of my late stash for quarterback if I missed out some of the top guys. But I mean, he's been kind of underwhelming for the expectations I had, at least. So
yeah,
I'm
one more who's
interesting
that was a streamer for a while and then became not a streamer, but Jacoby Brissett going against the vaunted Houston defense.
Yeah, I hate that for him. I mean, they just held Mahomes to 160 yards and 3 interceptions, where I believe at one point during our show a few weeks back, I railed on Patrick Mahomes and said whatever defense was going up against him was going to take a lot away from him, and I was right. So sometimes I am pretty good at what I do. Was that Denver? Maybe I don't remember. Indy. That's right. Next week. So yeah, I hate this matchup for Brissett. I mean, I've loved what he's done so far, and he's got, I mean, since since week 6, he has been phenomenal. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 games of 300+ yards. 3 more actually the rest of them, he has yet to throw less than 258 yards in a game. He's got 2 touchdowns every week except for week 12 against Jacksonville. Man,
he's been a QB1 almost every week, right? I'm looking it up. I'm trying to look it up now, but pretty sure he's been.
Yeah, that includes last week against the Rams. That's not an easy matchup. He still
wasn't an easy matchup.
Yeah,
and he's still put up
QB12, QB10, 10, 4, 8, 8, and then last week the 12. So yeah. He's been getting it done based off volume alone, but man, Houston's another beast, man.
Yeah, that one is tough for me. I mean, I hate the Houston defense, going against him just because of how strong they are and how many ball hawks they have back there. I mean, that one's kind of a toss-up. If you have to pick between the two, shotgun a beer, then flip a coin and see where it lands. I mean, I'm good with either one of them, but
I mean, I've got McCarthy.
JJ's obviously got a much better matchup.
Yeah, I've got McCarthy higher. Corey, you got any? Or you wanted to move on to running back?
No, let's move on to running back.
All right, AJ.
All right,
running back.
For running back, go ahead.
No, who you got? Who you got?
This one a little bit more of a deeper dive, and that is Blake Corum going up they're at home against Detroit. ECR's got him as running back 35. Our fantasy 6-pack projections got him just over 7 points. I His rostership's sitting at 39 right now, and Detroit is allowing 14.3 points to opposing running backs. Now, that is,
league best.
I believe, the best
Yes,
in the
the
league.
League best, by the way.
I think, well, so I was looking at it on our site. It may be, they're showing as second and New England is first, but it looks like because New England didn't play last week, there's points in there. I don't know. You'll have to look at that. But
No, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's blanked out.
Okay. Well,
sorry.
Either way, what I'm looking at has them at the fewest fantasy points, and that's on Yahoo. Yeah, I mean, they held Javonte Williams to only 67 yards last week. The best games that they've given up are actually 83 yards, and it happened twice with Saquon, and then again 2 weeks ago with Josh Jacobs. 82 yards was Quinshon Judkins. Everyone else that's faced them has been pretty terrible and pedestrian. That said, I think this is a really strong matchup, and this is going to be a really good game, similar to last Thursday's game. Obviously, Kyron Williams is the lead back there. He's going to get his, but I mean, he's still only hovering around 12, 13 touches a game. And he's more of an end zone threat, but I still think that you're looking at Corum here, seeing what he put together, the past 2 weeks really against much weaker defenses. But 7 for 81, so obviously there's a longer run in there and a touchdown. And then last week 12 for 128 and 2 touchdowns. He's not helping in the passing game, but if he's still gonna get some touches, and they're gonna put him in goal line, red zone as well. So obviously with the Rams, you're thinking of their passing game with Stafford, Nakua, and Devontae Adams. This is just a strong team. They're currently the number 1 seed, if I'm correct on that. I'm pretty sure, and they play like it. They earned that spot because of how strong this offense is, and there is enough to go around. I mean, there was even enough to go around for my boy Colby Parkinson last week, who I will pat myself on the back for that call.
That was a good call, man. That was a good call.
Yeah, I mean, you were right with the Fannin pick. Obviously, that was the best tight end of the week, I believe. But again, if you went for a deep dive, I told you Parkinson was getting in the end zone, and he did. So
yeah,
I'll take it.
So I'll say something quick about Corum, because Corey and I have talked about him for the last couple of weeks on the waiver show, and I'm still, I think, Corey, you would agree, shocked that roster has not gone up. It's a 50-50 split in this backfield at this point, with touches, basically. They are purposely getting Corum involved in this offense. I look at this and I'm actually kind of shocked to see that Detroit's the best run defense for fantasy, at least. Yeah. And I kind of wonder if that's because their pass defense is not the best, and so people are just attacking them that way, right? And they had to get in shootouts, right? Like Detroit's offense is so good that these games oftentimes get in big shootouts, and so that just leads to more and more passing. Now the Rams can keep up with them in the passing game, obviously, so this could just be a massive Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams game for sure. But I kind of wonder, it seems like the Rams are really making it a point to keep the game more controlled their way and purposely forcing the run against teams that even in tough matchups, it works for them. So I kind of wonder if Corum will be even better than what people are thinking because of the tough matchup.
I think he will. I mean, he could. Go ahead, Corey.
No, you're good. Go for it. No, you got it.
I was going to say, I mean, he could very well be this season's kind of sleeper, like Joe Flacco a couple years ago that just ran people through the playoffs. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be necessarily that good. That was just total chaos with Flacco, but chaos in a good way, obviously.
Let's compare him to some of these platoon running backs or whatever you want to call them, like backup handcuff running backs that we play every week. Would you rather have Blake Corum this week against Detroit or Monangai this week against Cleveland?
That's the one I was going to ask him. I like that.
I mean, Cleveland, obviously they're
Cleveland just got ripped up by Pollard. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, Pollard just shit all over them for 160.
That killed me in a spot.
And knocked me out of the playoffs in that Kings Classic League. I literally lost because Tony Pollard just had his best day in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, but is Monangai getting 25 touches? Rushing attempts? No,
probably not.
It's an even split with him and Swift.
Neither is Corum.
I like what's that?
Neither is Corum.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna lean Corum on this one because I like the obviously Cleveland is not as tough of a matchup, but because of the accelerated passing game of the Rams, it's just going to open the run up too much. They're not going to be stacking the box and leaving those receivers one-on-one. So I like Corum's upside.
One more, Corum or Charbonnet? Charbonnet against Indy. They're all the same. Like that's the thing. Like
they're all kind of the same.
They're all kind of the same, right?
There's a whole grouping of running backs here. Monangai, Rodriguez, Hubbard, Corum, Singletary, Pollard, Montgomery, Stevenson, Hunt, Charbonnet, Knight. Like they're all like gross, but they all are like somewhat useful. One of them is gonna pop, like 2 or 3 of them are gonna pop off. Yeah, it's like good luck figuring out which one.
They're gonna do it. I mean, ETN had a really nice game against them. Obviously, driven more by the 2 touchdowns. The week before that, the weird 2-headed running back of Chubb and Marks did not do anything against Indy. I mean, Indy's been okay against the run. They're kind of middle of the pack there. I don't really love Charbonnet.
Cool.
Plus, I just probably have some build-up angst against them for taking my Kenneth Walker shares away from me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're already a receiver, man.
All right. Receiver action here. This one, definitely a deeper dive. Cooper Kupp. Again, it's that same Indy game. It's in Seattle. Indy, at this point, is just offensive-wise, they suck. Defensive-wise, they're much better against the pass than they are against the run. So I think that's going to open some things up here. Cooper, obviously, the third wheel in this passing game. ECR's got him at 56, wide receiver 56. F6P is projecting 6.2. Indy's given up 29.7 to the receiver position. And Kupp is rostered in 41% of leagues. I mean, the big thing for me here is I do think Kupp has upside, even as this, kind of gadget, washed up-ish receiver. His targets aren't crazy, but before last week, he had 4, 4, 7, and then back down to 2. The yardage really isn't there, so I wouldn't get too excited about that. But he did finally get in the end zone again last week, so that really saved his week. But against Indy, I wouldn't be surprised if he finds the end zone again. I just think that this passing offense is just going to pick and choose across Indy's defense.
This is the first one I disagree with. I'd rather have Rashid Shaheed even on their own team.
Yeah,
I would too, but he's rostered in 53%. So yeah, okay. It was close.
I do have Shaheed a couple spots higher. Let me ask you one, and there's a whole when I was trying to finalize the rankings before this show, I feel like this is a grouping here that I am going to just shuffle around like Yahtzee, just let it roll out and just be like, all right, that's the order. It starts up here with Romeo Doubs. I don't going against Denver. Just put up a goose egg. Jayden Reed's back.
Yeah.
Golden came back, wasn't really involved, but like everybody is back, and the Dobbs puts up a 0. So like, would you rather go back to Dobbs against Denver, or you rolling with Kupp?
I mean, I almost took Jayden Reed as my pick for this week. I mean, I looked at a lot of these guys.
Is he not rostered high enough?
Grouped together. No, he's on 41%. He's the
Reed's,
same as
Reed's
Kupp.
a tough one, man, too. Like, I don't know what to do with any of these Green Bay guys because Reed's not on the field all the time because he plays the slot. He only plays in the 11 personnel. But like,
that does
when
make
he's
it harder.
on the field, he gets targeted a lot. Like, that's the thing. It's just he's just not on the field.
He had
like
4 targets last week in his first game back.
You could tell they were trying to get him the ball. Like, you could tell they're actively trying to get him the ball. Christian Watson looks awesome right now. He looks like a stud. As long as he can stay healthy, he looks fantastic. I would assume he picks up Surtain most of the night.
Which is going to be good for him. But also, like, you think, like, everybody loves Christian Watson. Be careful. He only saw 4 targets last week. Just 2 of them went for a touchdown. And I get it. Like, he's got that explosiveness, but like, that's hard to rely on, man. That's like
he's Alec Pierce. That's what he is. He's Alec Pierce right now.
Yeah,
like, that's exactly what Christian Watson is.
But yeah, I mean, I like Dobbs for a bounce back. I might lean Dobbs there. I think
I've got him higher. I do.
I would take.
I think Seattle's going to put more points up. Throughout the game, I think that Indy, Seattle could be higher scoring. But yeah, I'd probably lean Dobbs there.
Yeah, me too.
Where was his? I mean, his rostership's got to be sky high though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
Dobbs is probably over 50. He wasn't for a long time.
Oh no, he's at 71
for a long time. But yeah, he went up. All right, let's jump over to your tight end and get this one rolling here.
All right. Well, we'll see if I can pull the magic again this week with Dalton Schultz as my pick. He's going up against Arizona, the same team that just gave my boy Colby Parkinson quite a day. So Arizona's given up 11.9 points against tight ends. Our projections at 6.9. His rostership's just under our cut line at 47%. But ECR's got him at tight end 10 this week. So, I mean, that's pretty telling when you're looking at, McBride, Bowers, Kittle, Tyler Warren's probably higher than him. Kelsey's probably higher than him. Goddard should be higher than him. But, yeah, I mean, looking at him on this list, I just feel like he's getting overlooked. Arizona is sitting at 8th most fantasy points against tight ends. Like I said, Parkinson, 3 for 32 and a touchdown. Brent Strange had a nice game, 5 for 93. Kittle had a nice game, 6 for 67 and 2 touchdowns. Turd Ferguson with 5 for 50. So I definitely think there's points to be had here. And Dalton Schultz is just he's a comfort blanket, for CJ Stroud. He kind of always has been. Now, obviously, there's a lot of receiving mouths to feed on this team, but he's getting his targets. Last week he had 4. The week before that he had 8 against Indy. Week before that only 4. Both those 2 4-target weeks are against KC and Buffalo, 2 very tough teams. And then when he's going up against weaker competition, 11 targets versus Jacksonville in week 10, 9 versus Tennessee, who's kind of middle of the pack, 8 against Denver, who's just a little lower than middle of the pack, and then 10 against Seattle. So he's getting a ton of volume, even though they have Nico and Christian Kirk and Higgins. So I think Schultz is still going to be a valuable target this week.
Tight end 10 is wild. That seems extremely high, but yeah.
When I saw it, I was like,
tight end 10.
Okay.
I have tight end 17 on ECR. What are you looking at?
Sure, I pulled that.
Well, I was just thinking, like, when you said tight end 10, I don't have ECR in front of me, but I'm just thinking in my head, like, Rock Powers, right?
You know what? I bet you sold Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid is tight end 10. So you sold Dalton at 10.
Oh.
That is exactly what you did.
There we go.
You're not sitting there looking at it like, what?
In the back.
I didn't even pick up on it.
But okay, so
all
tight
right,
end 17.
So,
My bad.
Yeah, so either way, let me ask you, because I mentioned this before the show, and this was my tight end streamer of the week, Isaiah Likely. Are you picking Likely or Schultz? Likely plays Cincy, splits the tight end role with Mark Andrews a little bit, but getting some good usage in the last couple of weeks despite that.
He is for sure. And as we were talking about before the show, he was robbed. I don't care about your football move nonsense.
I don't make the rules. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. And nobody.
The rule is 2 feet. You need 2 feet in bounds when you catch a ball. You're not going to make a football move when you're going out of bounds. Is that considered a football move when you get freaking knocked out? No, the whole thing is absolutely absurd. Don't get me started on that. Well, the show will be 3 hours. That said, Likely went 5 for 95 against Cincy 2 weeks ago. He also lost a fumble, but that's kind of an anomaly because it's the only one he did lose this year. Didn't find the end zone in that game. He's got a touchdown. Where was it? What was I saying? Yeah, he's got a touchdown last week. But again, that's his only touchdown of the season. I'm leaning.
He almost had one 2 weeks ago, too.
True. Well, and he should have had two last week.
He's had 2 close calls.
Yeah. I mean, he is getting decent, consistent targets against weaker teams, but so was Kincaid. Schultz.
I'd rather have Likely than Mark Andrews. I'll say that. I see that Mark Andrews. I see that Mark Andrews is ranked ahead of him on the ECR. That I don't get that at all. Like, no, I'll take Isaiah Likely over Mark Andrews at this point.
I would definitely do that.
It's close for me.
This one is close. This one is close for me. I think this is another, take a couple shots and then play some quarters in the shot glass and see what you get.
Maybe just turn it up a notch. All right. Okay. Let's do
when you're talking tight ends.
Big D streamer of the week. Let's do it, man. Oh my gosh.
All right. Big D streamer of the week is the San Francisco 49ers versus Tennessee Titans. Tennessee making that vaunted trip all the way across the country. If I was reading ECR correctly, San Fran is defense number 6 this week, and their rostership is only at 44%. Tennessee's given up, just over 10 points. So that is a nice get for that. There's not really much else to say on this one. Tennessee, where was I saying? Tennessee is, they only gave up 2 points to Cleveland because that game was just, back and forth. They gave up 14 points the week before against Jacksonville. So I would say San Francisco is a better defense than Cleveland for sure. But yeah, I think this game being away for Tennessee and home for San Fran is a better option for them. I mean, they've been pretty consistent. And over the last 3 weeks, all against really weak opponents, Arizona, Carolina, and Cleveland, the Niners have got a decent amount of defensive points for fantasy. So I think they're definitely worth a look here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that one. Tennessee has been playing a bit better recently, but
yeah.
What are the Bears at? Do we have the rosterships up? Because I've been thinking about the Bears, but then Shador actually looked good last week.
They were pretty close too. They're at 37%. and they're up against Cleveland again in Chicago.
It's supposed to be cold.
I almost went with that, but
well, so one of those defenses here's one of those defenses that like teams have kind of just been riding all year long have been the Rams. Now they get Detroit, like we mentioned. You drop in the Rams to go pick up a San Francisco?
I mean, knowing me, I'm not dropping at all.
Yeah, I mean you've got 5 defenses on your roster at this point, so we know how that goes. But okay, normal people, let's say.
I would drop the Rams.
Yeah.
I would drop the Rams for San Francisco.
Yeah, I would. I mean, the Rams did nothing against weaker opponents the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, before that against Tampa, they had a huge game,
and
granted that was a touchdown that caused it. A lot of only 7 points given up, and then 4 sacks and 2 interceptions. You're going to get a lot of points when you do that.
And San Fran gets Indy next week, so and we know what's going on in Indianapolis right now. Oh, boy.
I mean, I think this is the point. Well, 3 weeks ago was the point where you should have been looking at schedules for playoffs. Whether you were in or out or on the fringe. And my advice is to look for playoff defenses in week 1. But you can't always stash them that long. So the Niners do have a nice draw for the playoffs.
They didn't. I mean, Indianapolis 2-3 weeks ago was not a good draw. It is now.
Mm-hmm. And then they got Bears in the championship. So yeah, so that's interesting. And then we talked about Tampa. Playoff wise, you got Atlanta at Carolina and then at Miami to finish out the season.
It's a pretty nice one too.
Also pretty solid, but they're at 53%. So,
and Tampa's not even really like they're not that great.
They're not doing much.
So that one doesn't excite me as much. So,
no, they're giving up a decent amount of points.
Their offense sucks all of a sudden. That's what's killing their defense. Yeah. Their offense can't keep Baker looks bad all of a sudden. I don't know if he's still injured or what.
He's hurt.
He looks bad, and suddenly their offense can't sustain anything. So,
we'll find out tomorrow night, right? They play the Thursday game.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
All right, that is it for the streamers for Week 15. Your first week of the fantasy playoffs for most of you. Gonna jump on over here to the rankings talk and start off here with the quarterbacks, or the running backs that I like a little bit more here that are in the top 24. So Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, Jaylen Warren, Rico Dowdell, Kenneth Walker III, and Omarion Hampton are all guys that I like a little bit more than ECR right now.
You want to take this one, Corey? Or you want me to do it?
You go the high guys. I'll do the low guys.
All right. This one, I would go Jaylen Warren. I mean, he's kind of middle tier. What the hell? What was that?
I think it's when I have to change windows. It freaks out. I don't know why. I noticed that on a stream a couple weeks ago. Oh, I don't know. It's just some random Microsoft Bing background or something that goes up. I don't know. It's some weird castle looking thing.
Trying to read stuff, and I'm like, okay. Never mind. I guess I'm not reading anything right now. But yeah, so Warren obviously had the nice touchdown against Baltimore last week. But I still feel like, they want to try to pass the ball to receivers that really aren't there. So, I mean, why are you looking at Warren this week? I mean, again, it's RB19, so he's, fringe RB2.
I mean, Miami's run defense is one of the worst in the league. We know that. So that's something he's got going for him. You mentioned they want to keep trying to pass the ball to receivers that aren't really there. Honestly, if you look at last week, it was DK Metcalf, all the tight ends, and Gainwell, and that was it. Like they didn't really pass the ball to anybody else. They were just like, we're done. We're done with all the rest of you. Like, and maybe that continues. That's going to help Gainwell for sure. But I still think, as I've mentioned for a couple of weeks in a row now, Jaylen Warren is the lead back, like the running back, right? Gainwell gets involved when his passing down work. He will steal a carry here and there. Like they're not going to just totally ignore that. But yeah, Warren's the guy. And I think in this kind of a matchup, he can exploit it. And yeah, I mean, I honestly, I might have him too low, but I mean, with everybody playing this week, that becomes a little bit tougher to like keep bumping him up.
Yeah, and I mean he is getting some targets. His catches are minimal though. 3 for 3 last week, 2 for 4 the week before that, nothing in week 12, and then it's a lot of 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 2 for 2. So not high volume, but last week was definitely the outlier with that long reception touchdown.
Yeah,
especially since that's his second. Receiving touchdown, the first one being in week 1. So,
yeah,
I just don't feel like there's a lot of rushing upside, but I get it.
Yeah, it's the matchup, man. The matchup for sure.
Yeah.
All right, running backs that I like a little less. Jonathan Taylor on this list. Saquon Barkley down. ETN, Trevion Henderson, Ashton Jeanty, and Woody Marks.
Oh, let's see here. I know while you're doing some of these, let's talk Trevion Henderson -1. You can run against Buffalo, but Ramondre is back, and it doesn't sound promising.
Gag. Yeah. Man, watching that game, I was so frustrated watching that game because you're watching Stevenson basically do nothing most of the game, right? Just kind of a plotter, not doing a whole lot. Then he catches that one random 35-yard catch and run near the late in the game. So his stat line at the end looked similar to Henderson's, but if you watched the game, Henderson looks 10 times better than Stevenson. He really does. This one was a tough one. I kind of want to keep moving him down, honestly, but the matchup is just so good. The Bills have been horrendous against the run. They've been better the last 3 weeks than they were week 10 and 11 when they just got gashed, but it's still not good. And so if Henderson can, get his 15 touches by the end of the game, I think he can bust one off. I think that's the hope, right? I guess you do have to worry a little bit with this. Has the potential that both offenses are good enough to be a shootout, but also, New England's defense is good enough to maybe hold Buffalo down a little bit. Buffalo's pass defense is serviceable. So, and so they could hold Drake May down. So, there's a lot there's a lot going on with this game, right? They're to where some of it wants to say Henderson should probably be better because of the matchup and the fact that Buffalo's pass defense is pretty good and the run defense is bad, right? But him being in this committee is not good, and the fact that he kind of took a back seat in the committee again in Stevenson's second week back is not good. Kind of back and forth on this one, but I kind of went with the middle, and I ended up being one lower on him than ECR. So I'll take it for now. We'll see what kind of shakes out by Sunday.
All right.
Right, over here to receivers that I like more. AJ Pickens up 1, Michael Wilson up 1, Wan'Dale Robinson up 4, Devonta Smith up 1, Jacoby Myers up 1, DK Metcalf up 2, Juwan Jennings up 2, Chris Godwin up 3, good old Mike Evans up 45. Let's do it.
I'm going to go with Wan'Dale here. Obviously, Commanders not good. You've got him right behind McLaurin, and then the guys you see on the screen if you're watching Devonta, Jacoby at 17-18. But then between those guys and Metcalf, you're showing him above Jefferson and Zay Flowers. I mean,
we'll get to them later.
Yeah, that's the interesting part.
Yeah, so Wan'Dale, I mean, you gotta love the matchup. The Commanders have been 4th worst against receivers this year. The last 3 weeks, not good. I mean, they just let JJ McCarthy look like he was an NFL quarterback again. Like, okay. You know, Wan'Dale's I guess he's the number one over there. Like, Slayton gets enough, but Wan'Dale's the more explosive guy for sure. He's the one you want to use in fantasy. He's the one that can take the ball and just go to the house with it, go deep, just burn guys. And this Commanders secondary, everybody is bad. And so I think Wan'Dale is going to, catch a deep one or just a crossing route over the middle and just take it to the house at this point. And, he's going to make a day out of it. So I really like him this week.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the number one just based on volume and target share.
Well, when Slayton is healthy, right, Slayton does cut into that a lot.
Yeah.
But Robinson's
not healthy.
He scored last week or 2 weeks ago. Like, he was the one who scored. He was the better guy 2 weeks ago. So take it for what you want. Like, I keep saying, like, don't forget about Slayton. Slayton is usable. But Robinson's the guy you want to use. He is the better player. Slayton is just kind of like Sterling Shepard-ish.
That's Wan'Dale or that's Slayton?
No, Slayton.
Oh, I was gonna say, Wan'Dale's way better than that. Like,
yeah. Slayton is like Sterling Shepard, where he's just reliable and you can count on him when you need him.
Where do you think Wan'Dale ranks in half PPR?
Oh, I know this actually. 18. No.
Wow. No, yeah, you're right. That's impressive.
Was it? Yeah.
That's impressive. Top 20 wide receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson. Like, who'd have guessed? Like, just wild.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What do we have for
moving on for guys that I like a little less? Amon-Ra, J-Mo, -1 each. Justin Jefferson, -2. Zay Flowers, -4. Ladd McConkey, -1. Stephon Diggs, -4. Egbuka, -1, -2. Shakir, Burden, Addison, and Alec Pierce, all -1 to round out the bottom of the wide receiver 3 tier.
Got some teammates on this one, huh? Like, Joe hates all the Lions. That's pretty obvious here.
Basically.
But we'll go with the other one.
It's the Vikings.
We'll go with the Vikings one here against Dallas. So we got Justin Jefferson, the most disappointing non-injured first-round player, pretty clearly. And Jordan Addison also down on that list against a Dallas team that, at least early in the season, you could pass on.
You still can.
I
mean, yeah, they're still not good.
Yeah.
I don't believe in JJ McCarthy. I'm sorry. I still don't. I know what we saw last week was far and away better than what we got, the 2 weeks before the concussion. Look, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's fantastic. 163 yards, 16 completions. Like, he didn't have to do much, right? Like, the Commanders' offense and team just couldn't do anything, so there was no pressure put on him. Nothing. Dallas, on the other hand, is not going to go scoreless against Minnesota. I guarantee it. And there's going to be a lot more pressure on him to, turn it around. And, look, Dallas's defense has looked better over the last few weeks. They've started coming around. Overshown has done some good stuff. I think they made a trade for somebody, and it was kind of like, why are you doing this? And then, I forget who that was. He's been pretty good.
Williams looks awesome.
They've made some strides. Now, it hasn't really shown up in the fantasy box scores as far as points against for them to receivers. But again, I just don't really trust this Minnesota passing game. And I mean, if there's a game that he could do it, Justin Jefferson could go off in this game. But we could have said the same thing last week, and he didn't. I mean, he threw for 3 touchdowns. Jefferson didn't get any of them.
Let's do. all of those was it 2 to Josh Oliver and 1 to TJ Hawkinson to really put a knife into the side of fantasy managers. That was
I don't know. Was one of them Naylor?
No, it was all the Titans. 1 to TJ Hawkinson and 2 to Josh Oliver.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably frustrating. Let's do this. Where are we at? Where do you think Justin Jefferson ranks on the season long in half PPR?
Oh, 47th.
Oh man. Whew. Jordan Addison's 45th.
Am I right? 47?
No, Jordan Addison's 45th. You're pretty close on Jordan Addison.
Oh.
AJ, what's your guess on Justin Jefferson, half PPR?
Not good.
Where he's currently ranked?
Currently ranked. Totals, not per game. Totals.
At this point, everyone's had their bye week, so
32.
You're closer. It's actually 25, which is way higher than you'd think, considering he hasn't hit double digits since 5 weeks ago? 6 weeks ago we hit double digits, but yeah, it's still frustrating, and it's gotten worse recently. So I get why you're down on him. Like, there are leagues. There's a league I have where I'm considering it. Like, I had some, like Christian Watson, I think I picked up late. Like, I'm thinking about it, at least considering starting Christian Watson over Justin Jefferson, but I'm a little worried about the Patrick Surtain factor.
I benched J-Mo last week, or not J-Mo. I benched Justin Jefferson last week for J-Mo. Yeah. Somebody traded me Jameson for Manungai randomly, and I was like, okay.
Right, I remember.
Sent me the trade, and I was like, well, that gets me out of Justin Jefferson. Thank you. So I threw J-Mo in, and that worked for a while. Great. In fact, I beat the guy who traded me. So it's even better.
Those are the best trades.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I usually like to wait till after our matchup, but yeah, sure, why not?
It's kind of weird. But yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, I get it if you want to start Jefferson, and like I might go back to him this week in that league that I have him. Man, it doesn't feel good, man. It really doesn't. There's a lot of guys on this list that I don't really feel good about. Stephon Diggs is losing work, right? Lad McConkey, that offense looks horrible. Zay Flowers, as much as I like him and as much as I love the matchup, Lamar still doesn't look right, man. He looked better last week, but it still is not good. Yeah. It's still not a great offense. Igbuka's taking a hit right now. And as we mentioned, Baker's not looking as good as he is. Shakir's not like. There's a lot of dudes that people were relying on getting him into the playoffs that aren't performing right now. It's tough. It's tough sailing for people entering the playoffs right now with some of these guys. All right. Jump over here to tight ends. Shorter list here. Travis Kelce, Jake Ferguson. I do have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely up 3 and 5 each. Jamon Johnson +1. Gesicki up 6. Darren Waller up 1. I go a little deeper on tight ends just because there's not as many of them. So
going deeper on the tight end.
Yeah, shut up, AJ.
Not surprising.
As soon as I said it, I was like, oh no.
Little pregnant pause from yours truly. I gotta go with the Baltimore ones. I know we kind of talked over Likely, but it sounded like you hated Andrews, and now you still have him above. Granted, it's only 3 spots, but
Andrews. Somebody else said they hated Andrews.
It was.
I hate Andrews. I'll take that one.
It wasn't me. I didn't say anything.
I hate Andrews.
Don't put that on me.
Yeah. All right. Well, Corey hates your 8.
I do hate that. That seems disgusting. Yep.
So I mean, is that just matchup?
It is matchup. Look, he has seen 5 targets, 3 targets, 6 and 5. Now, 2 of the last 3 weeks, he's only caught 1 target. But he's been getting targeted in the end zone a lot. Just against Cincy 2 weeks ago, he caught 4 for 47, just didn't get in the end zone. You like the usage, and Lamar likes him a lot. So I hesitated with this one. I was looking at my my rankings, and it's just one of those things where it's like, look, Kincaid's got New England, who it can be tough, right? I'm lower on Tyler Warren this week and could go lower, right? Could I potentially put Brenton Strange above him? Sure, I got Strange around 12 right now. It's just I'm just having trouble like figuring out how low to put Andrews, and because there's other guys that I just don't feel as good about. Now I could just flip flop likely in Andrews, and I guess that would be okay. And I thought about it, and I might do it at the end of the day once I kind of look deeper into this. It's early, it's Wednesday. A lot more research goes into the rankings before the final release on Sunday, but right now it's pointing Andrews.
I'd rather play Mike Gesicki than Mark Andrews. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, and of course that's only if T. Higgins does miss, which I think you expect him to.
I think he's out. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was shocked he went back into that game. Honestly, like when he hit his head on the ground again,
and made a ridiculous catch after it, just an absolutely absurd catch after that.
Yeah. And now it's like, oh, he's in concussion protocol again. It's like, well, no, duh. He was probably in the game. You just put him back out there.
I don't know how he cleared concussion protocol during that game to play the rest of that game.
Yeah.
Smelling salts.
Oh, man. So, yeah, it's tough. I mean, look, I'm +6 on Gesicki, so there's a lot of people who are believing
I would rather play Mike Gesicki.
Had I not gotten likely in the Fantasy Six-Pack League, Gesicki was my next up. So I was looking to grab somebody. In fact, I did grab Gesicki in my home league, and I swapped him in for Aranda Gadsden.
I did that in a different. I did the exact move in a different league, man. I'm so
I'm out on Gadsden.
You
can't do it. You just can't do it.
Yeah,
Gesicki might literally do the exact same thing as Gadsden did, because look, Gesicki's season has not been good, but you like the trajectory that he's been on, and the fact that Joe Burrow is back, and Burrow seems, Burrow likes Gesicki, so you know that, and so yeah, that's where I'm going with that. All right, talked a little bit about some of these guys. But Tyler Warren, Bretton Strange, Colson Loveland, Hunter Henry, Theo Johnson. I'm lower on Dalton Schultz, but Dallas Goedert, and of course Aranda Gadsden.
Just taking all my streamers and kicking them to the curb. Just watch. Just watch.
Let's go with one of the guys that's still in starting range up there. I think I know why, but what's the deal on Tyler Warren -3?
I mean, it hasn't really been going well for him the last few weeks anyway. And so he was going to be lower this week. And then, of course, all the injuries to the quarterbacks happen, and we're bringing in Phillip Rivers, and it sounds like this is what they're doing. And it's not going to be good. And honestly, I think once that news drops, and that's official, he's probably down with the Dalton Schultz, man. I cannot start Tyler Warren with Phillip Rivers in there. There's just no way. I can't imagine this offense moving the ball at all with Phillip Rivers in there. So.
Quarterbacks.
Look, Seattle's rough. Actually, we got our flex real quick. So guys that I like more in the flex area. So Tyron Tracy, Chuba Hubbard, Blake Corum, Luther Burden, Stevenson, Judy, Jaden Reed, Colson Loveland, Charbonnet, Higgins, Flournoy, and Juwan Johnson.
AJ, I'd like to make a suggestion. Ask Joe what he thinks of Ryan Flournoy.
+47.
Ask him how he got it, Ryan Flournoy on the Fantasy Six-Pack League.
Yeah, who's tight end did you drop for that one?
Oh man! I hope it in by
Corey just wants me to mention that he beat me by a freaking $1 in the Fab Bowl for Florida.
Sorry,
that's what he wants me to say. Screw you, Corey.
You outdid him.
$300 on
Jalen Wright. Yeah,
Jalen
you got to do what you got to do. When you got Divine Achane on every team,
$1. I know. I realized that. I was looking at it, and I'm looking at who has Achane, and then who has money, and I went, I have 124 left. Corey's got $450 left, and he's got Achane. So I messaged you and said, "There's no way I'm getting a bye." You're like, "Nope," and I'm like, "Fair enough," and I just moved on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty obvious. Yeah. He went all out, and he had to. So,
yeah. I mean, Achane's not playing.
Flournoy is only up here because CeeDee Lamb might miss, and that's what happens if CeeDee Lamb is healthy, and he sounds like he's close. Flournoy gets tossed aside, and he's not relevant. So that's all there is there. There's your Corum. I don't hate all your streamers, AJ.
Yeah, it's about time. It's about time you give some love to somebody. I mean, Ramondre at +9 is pretty.
I mean, that's
interesting
the rushing matchup, and the fact that he's more involved than he should be, and so that's what that is. So let's move on here to the guys that I like a little less: Devin Neal, Aaron Jones, Chris Rodriguez, Devin Singletary, Tony Pollard, Kareem Hunt, Edna Mitchell, Brenton Strange, Zonovan Knight, Kenneth Gainwell, DJ Moore, and Quentin Johnston.
Oh man, these are some dudes I really detest. I'll go with
which is why they're on this list.
Yep.
Right.
And we already talked about Tony Pollard. I bring him up. Let's go with Kareem Hunt, who's become this like touchdown dependent running back, I guess. And now Pacheco's back. Is that why he's on here?
I mean, neither one of them are any good.
No,
like they just don't. You're right. He's touchdown dependent, and I mean, look, as bad as the Chargers' offense is right now, their defense, AJ knows this firsthand. Sorry, I got to get a dig on somebody. It's been all about me this week so far.
Gotta sneeze again.
Look, it's just that he's got to get in the end zone, and I mean the Chiefs offense hasn't been looking all that awesome the last couple of weeks. Is another tough matchup, and I mean, I really don't want to start any one of them, but if I have to pick one, it is Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. I feel like he's the only running back there that even gets anything. I mean,
no, Pacheco
sucks.
Pacheco's still involved enough, but yeah. Honestly, I still like Pacheco better.
He doesn't deserve to be.
When he runs the ball, he does look slightly better than Kareem Hunt. But they just like Kareem Hunt for whatever reason. So, all right, over here to the quarterbacks: Dak Prescott, Jackson Dart, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy. There you go, AJ. That's 2. Caleb Williams.
Well, it's about time.
You just said that.
All right, let's go Baker. I mean, we already kind of touched on how he's looked like garbage. I mean, you're bumping him into QB1 range here at the very end, but I mean, is the matchup just too juicy for you? You think he's going to turn it around all of a sudden?
It's actually not that great of a matchup. Atlanta is pretty middle of the road against quarterbacks. I think I just like the fact that he potentially is going to have every single one of his weapons back outside of Jalen McMillan. Finally, is Tristan Wirfs still out? I did not catch any update on that, but that obviously hurts. But I still just Baker Mayfield with Godwin, Evans, Igbuka, Bucky Irving, Rashid White, dude, that's so good. And so
practice today. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Joe. I thought you were done. Tristan Wirfs
practice
today.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, look at the guys around him, right? And like, you could talk me into playing Trevor Lawrence over Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold against Indy's kind of rough. Indy, has been good and bad. That's just kind of hit or miss. I could honestly put Baker ahead of Goff, who's 11 right now, playing the Rams. So that's one where it was kind of a toss up for me right now. But you could also convince me to drop Baker Mayfield all the way below like Marcus Mariota, who plays the Giants, who's at 15. That range of quarterbacks is, when you get into that like 10, 11, 12 range of quarterbacks, to me, that's like pick your poison, take a streamer if you want to over those guys, and I wouldn't fault you for it. So Baker's right in that range. Finish it off. Quarterbacks I like less. Lamar, -2. Trevor Lawrence, Mariota, Jordan Love, Bo Nix, and Jacoby Brissett.
We talked about some of these guys, but I guess let's do Lamar just again because Cincinnati is such a prime matchup. Like you said, he actually did look I don't want to say he looked good because he didn't look as good as what we've come to expect, early in the season when he was picking up huge chunks of yards. But it was the best he'd looked in, since he got back from his injury. He actually ran for, I think, 40-ish yards. Mm-hmm. And it's a juicy matchup, but it was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago that he just got shut down by Cincinnati? So
yeah.
Is that why you're here? Like, that's performance, still worried about the injury? What are we at?
I still am worried about the injury. It still doesn't look great. I mean, the first half of that game against Pittsburgh, he looked abysmal still. It finally clicked late in that game. Like, still not good. 19 for 35, 219, threw a touchdown, threw a pick, ran in for a touchdown. So, yeah, he started running a little bit more, started looking a little faster. I mean, honestly, if he hadn't done what he did last week, I don't think he'd even be 8. But that gave me a little bit more confidence to keep him up there in the top 10. I think I had him at 8 or 9 last week, and he hit 7. So thankfully, it wasn't another repeat of his in the 20 ranks. But this matchup is good, and it's on the road though. Last time it was at home. Maybe he's starting to come around from the injury, but it's still not great football from Lamar. I mean, like, if we knew Lamar was Lamar, he'd be what? QB1, QB2, QB3? Like, and so 8's not a good
ranking. Should be, yeah.
Another player that you didn't have on either your upper, like your higher or lower than list, and AJ had earphones or headphones if you want, because like Jalen Hurts looks terrible. Like, he looks awful too. I'm amazed that you have him as high as you do, because he looks abysmal right now. I warned you. He looks
like absolute shit.
Yeah, he looks terrible. I'm amazed you have him as high as you do.
I would rather have Jacoby Brissett running our offense right now.
No, you wouldn't. Let's be real.
Yes, I would.
I would play Lamar over him. I would play Lamar over Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with Jalen Hurts. I think it's the matchup doing the talking right now, and you just also hope that he gets a tush push. Although I feel like they didn't do it this last week. Were they on the goal line? They just didn't do it, or they had like a false start penalty, like that.
No, they didn't.
How that happened where they didn't get it?
They're not even running it that much anymore because people are stopping.
Saquon scored the long run touch. It was like the fake tush push play.
It was the fake one, yeah.
Yeah.
He broke out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the matchup is so
awful. Dude.
Yeah, the matchup is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this is another one where like early projections push this one out to really high. I could easily, this might be, this is one of those ones where I don't agree with projections at the end of the day, and I move them down to like 9, which is 1 below Lamar. So exactly what you're saying.
Okay. Just wanted to mention him quick.
All right. That's it for the rankings talk. Going to jump on over here to Corey's Week 15 news and injury impact. Start off. First one here.
Okay.
Go ahead, AJ.
I was going to say, we already talked about CeeDee Lamb. He is now in concussion protocol. I mean, are we that worried that he's going to miss this week?
I mean, like we said, he's doing exactly what that says there, and like we were talking about, it sounds promising right now. I guess I would put it 60-40 that he does play if I was to handicap it right now. There's still certain things he'll have to correct. There's certain thresholds that he'll have to pass in order for him to suit up. So Ryan Flournoy should not be a free agent on any team right now. Like, he should be on someone's roster. It doesn't have to be yours, but he should be on a roster, because if CeeDee Lamb misses, he'll be a wide receiver 3. And if CeeDee Lamb plays, like Joe said, you're going to play CeeDee Lamb if he plays, and Ryan Flournoy becomes nothing again. But that would be my advice. Make sure Ryan Flournoy is on a roster, because if CeeDee Lamb's out, you can play.
Yeah. Bingo. Yeah, what did he have? Like 13 targets last week?
13 targets, 9 for like 113 yards or something like that. It was a big week.
Yeah, and a touchdown. So
yeah.
big week. Although that was when Pickens like looked bored and didn't really feel like playing. It looked like I don't know what the hell he was doing. All right, moving over here. The next one, and we kind of mentioned this one a little bit. Obviously, Daniel Jones is out with the Achilles, and then backup. Blanking on his name right now. Also looking like he's out with a knee injury, and so they bring in Riley Leonard. Thank you, Phillip Rivers, Grandpa Phillip Rivers. By the way,
he also has a. Go ahead.
What?
No.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say Phillip Rivers actually has a child that is older than Riley Leonard.
I saw that.
Oh my God. Oh no.
I saw that.
Okay. So yeah, Phillip Rivers comes off his couch after not playing for 5 years.
It has been 5 years. That's
5 years. 44 years old. We've been talking about who the oldest quarterback is, the oldest player in the NFL is. It is now Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
By 2 years. Good job, Colts. You couldn't find anybody else. There's just no way that this is good. I put a lot of money down that this is not going to work very well for the Colts.
He watched that geriatric bowl and was like, you know what? Hold my beer. I'm back.
I mean, look, Joe Flacco, and then what have we said, Corey, a few times? And just these older guys come in, they just throw it to the best player. I don't know who the Colts' best player is. They've got some good players, but I feel like they don't have a superstar to throw to. They don't have a Justin Jefferson to throw to. Pittman's fine, Warren's fine, but it's no Jamar Chase. Come on, no, what are we doing here? What are your thoughts?
And also backtrack on your Warren, lashing and dropping. I don't know if you've heard of them, but there's a guy that was named Antonio Gates.
I knew you were going to
pretty well.
No, stop it.
Rivers,
stop
it. Maybe they can sign him. He's only 45. They can bring him back out. Oh man,
do it.
Actual thoughts on this. It sucks for Daniel Jones' sake. It sucks because the dude's a free agent after this year, and now, as good as he looked early in the year, it was starting to break down. Then he tries to play through his broken fibula or tibia, I don't remember, only to tear his Achilles. And now you got to wonder, is he going to play next season? I have him in a dynasty league. Now I'm a little worried. Is Daniel Jones going to play next year? It sucks.
Hey, we've seen guys come back from Achilles injuries a lot faster than they should, but it doesn't work out. The first season back is never good.
No,
as Kirk Cousins.
I just hope that's not the way that Daniel Jones' career goes. Where he's finally starting to look really good. Could have gotten a nice contract this offseason, and now he becomes Kirk Cousins. But a little worried about that. And as far as Phillip Rivers is concerned, he's going to play. I'm not concerned about that. If two quarterback leagues, I think Phillip Rivers is going to be the quarterback for the Colts. They didn't sign him to not play him, right? Like you said, Riley Leonard's dealing with a knee injury. Anthony Richardson still has his eye thing, so he's not around right now. So I think Phillip Rivers didn't come off of his couch to just sit on the sidelines, but I'd rather play Shador. I'd rather play. Yes. I don't know.
I'd rather play Kirk Cousins.
If Kenny Pickett starts for the Rams or for the Raiders instead of Geno, I'd rather play Kenny Pickett.
I'm playing every quarterback outside other than Phillip Rivers. No.
What happens if JJ McCarthy gets hurt and Max Brosmer versus Phillip Rivers?
Oh.
don't do that. I just what is with this hate on every one of my streamers? I make one comment about.
I just wanted to point out that Max Brosmer was the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
No, put guys in there, and then we'll just shit on them the entire show. Fuck you guys.
Oh man, this is a good one.
I got no words. We're gonna move on. AJ.
All right, your boy of the season here, Achane, dealing with a rib injury from Sunday. It looks like he suffered it while falling on the ball. He claims he was going to return, but there's no fracture. Just treatment. Are we obviously everyone's running out and grabbing Jalen Wright, but are you hopeful he's going to play, or optimistic? I guess I'm sure you're hopeful.
Yeah, definitely hopeful that Achane's going to play. So they play on Monday night, which makes it Very difficult, right? That's why, yes, all of the leagues, and I have a lot of Devon Achane. That's probably the player I have the most. I overpaid for Jalen Wright if I could do it, and I realized that because I'm not eating a 0 in the first week of the playoffs if Devon Achane doesn't play on Monday night. So you have to get Jalen Wright, and if he's not available, like there's one league where I didn't have a high enough. It was just a waiver claim, not a money league, and I couldn't get Jalen Wright. I had to add Calvin Austin. I moved Devon Achane into my flex spot. Do I want to play Calvin Austin Monday night? No, but that's what it comes down to, right? Like Pittsburgh against Miami, there's nothing else there. You got to have a backup plan. But yeah, I mean, I'm crossing all my fingers and crossing all my toes and my legs and my arms, hoping that Devon Achane plays. I think he's going to play. But if he doesn't, we saw what Jalen Wright could do. He looked awesome, and hopefully they'll just finally bench Ollie Gordon because he's the worst.
He's the worst. Tells how you really feel, man.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I read somewhere that like, and now I can't find it. I don't remember where I saw it. That they're saying he might need more rest this week than they had initially expected, and so now it's like, oh, well, that's not good. So I don't know. I can't find it now for some reason, but I saw that somewhere like right before I had to leave today so yeah, we'll have to keep tabs on that one. That again, this game being on Monday makes this the worst, like absolutely the worst. And if you didn't get Achane and we still don't know by like Sunday night or Sunday, what are you doing? You just gonna leave him in there and hope?
I said you got to pick up some receiver, like get Malik Washington, move him to your flex, make sure he's in your flex, pick up Malik Washington, pick up Calvin Austin, and yeah, you don't want to play him. It's going to suck. But you can't take him out. Like I'm not going to put in Bam Knight against I think that they play Houston, right? I'm not going to pick up Bam Knight and play him against Houston.
Yeah.
And then have Devon Achane play on, and that's what's going to happen. Like, and I might end up eating a 0, but I will take my chances. That's what it's going to come down to, and it sucks.
Yeah, that is not ideal.
Not a great situation. So I'm hoping he plays. I do have him in a dynasty league that I'm going to have to make that tough decision on Sunday because I had some like actual
good options.
If you have decent options, I could play. Like, I mean, I've got like Lad McConkey, who I don't love, but like that might be one of the ones where it's like, oh, do I just play Lad or do I wait for Achane? Because I have nobody to play on Monday if Achane doesn't play. Right. That would be the tough thing for me. Like Wright's rostered. So, all right, jumping over here. Jayden Daniels is going to be out. They've already announced Mariota as the starter. Sounds like he's sore. No long-term concerns. I guess more for like a dynasty thing. Like, what are we doing with Daniels here, man? Like, obviously he's not playing. I doubt he plays the rest of the year.
I don't know why he came back and played at all. Like, I don't know why he was playing out. We talked about it when he got hurt. It was a gruesome-looking elbow injury. They said, oh, it's not actually that bad. He's coming back. The Commanders' record is like they have 4 wins. Is that what they have, Joe? You would know better than I do. It's not many.
I stopped counting.
4 or 5.
It's not many, right? Like Jayden Daniels being out there last week, even if they won every game, their chances to make the playoffs were extremely low. I don't know why Jayden Daniels was out there. I know they said, oh, his elbow's fine.
3 wins, by the way. 3. You guys give him credit. 3 wins. That's what I was going to say, 3.
Yeah.
But y'all started saying 4 and 5, and I was like, whoa, all right, maybe I'm wrong. 3 wins. They're bad. It's just a lost season, man. Like I think there's a lot more talent on this team than their record shows. It's just they've just been hurt. Everybody got hurt on this team. So what are you gonna do?
We'll get to another one. Go to the next slide.
Yep.
Yes, somebody else that's hurt. OMG. Zach Ertz dealing with a torn ACL.
So what does that make on like skill position players on this team? We got Zach Ertz, we got Jayden Daniels, we had who's the running back? Austin Eckler, right? Austin Eckler out for the season.
They lost Noah Brown.
Noah Brown was hurt.
He's back. Yeah,
is
he came back last week.
He is back. Yeah. Sorry.
Look, McCaffrey
was hurt. Debo got hurt for a little bit. McCaffrey's out.
It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody has been hurt at some point. Like it's been really bad.
A popular streamer option at tight end, if you want to try it, is Ben Sinnott.
Nope, it's Bates. Bates is the one you want.
And I was just saying, like I've seen a lot of that. I'm not picking up Ben. Like I would play AJ's Dalton Schultz a million times over Benson. Like,
oh god, yeah. And it's not even Sanat that's gonna get the work. Like it's been Bates, but Bates doesn't do enough even when Ertz is gone for it to matter. So no thanks. It's all gonna be McLaurin and Debo. That's what it's gonna end up being. But at least with the Giants, they're worse. Although I do kind of think the Commanders lose this game. So
well, I mean, the interesting thing is that this is Ertz last year there too. So
yeah, probably last year.
Him and Austin Eckler, I would expect
34, right?
Again.
Yeah, I think so.
30. Can't imagine you come back from an ACL injury because, like, what at best he comes back 35. Next November.
He turned 35 last in November.
Yeah, that's probably not happening. It's sad. He's been so good. Commanders are going to have to go address the tight end position in the offseason because as much as people want to say Sanat is going to be the answer, I just haven't seen it yet, and I don't think it's going to be. They're going to have to go figure something else out.
I don't feel like they trust him. I mean, they haven't really needed him much because
drafted him in the second round. You would think they would, but it's just not working. So
yeah.
All right. Keep moving along here. DK Metcalf with hospitalized with stomach pains. That's not good.
So this was like right after last week's win. They hadn't even left Baltimore. He got hospitalized and they wanted to look at it. And that's all it has said is stomach pains. I don't know if it's like gallbladder issues, if he just ate something bad for him. They don't need to tell you all that. I don't need to know that. But it sounds like he's back out there. He practiced a little bit on today. He practiced limited, I believe was with the report. So I expect DK Metcalf will play, but illnesses, those type of things are impossible to predict. So if you hear Friday that he's not practicing and that he's dealing with stomach issues, maybe have a different plan. But again, they play Monday night. So it's very difficult you just have to take a chance that he's going to play. I think it's more likely he plays than Achane. I'm hopeful that both of them will play. I'll say that.
Yeah. And then another one we're waiting for news on, which is probably not good. We've talked about this one briefly, so
Higgins,
or you can give your thoughts on it.
We already sort of talked about it. Like back into the concussion protocol, was shocked to see him continue playing last week's game. If he's out, and I expect he'll be out. And usually when you do get the second concussion, it's not a 1 week thing. There's a legitimate chance like T. Higgins doesn't play the rest of the season. I'm not saying I would cut T. Higgins if I have him, but just be prepared. That's possible. So Gesicki picks up some slack. Yoshivas can pick up a little bit of the slack. But hopefully we just see Jamar Chase kind of had not the best week last week for him. So hopefully we just get a better week for Jamar Chase and Gesicki and Yoshivas are more like streaming options without T. Higgins, and have a plan if you have T. Higgins, because this could be the rest of the season. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and I'm blanking on the other Cincy receiver Tinsley, who does decent too. So like Yoshivas, I would say like is the guy that everybody immediately like just gravitates toward, but Tinsley's been good when either Chase or Higgins hasn't been on the field, like almost as good, if not better than Yoshivas. So like, kind of juggle that one. Good luck.
He had like he had a bunch of targets, not last week, the Baltimore weekend. It's like 8 or 9 targets he had in that game, Mitchell Tinsley, but I think he only caught 1 of them, 2 of them. It was not a good statistical game, but it was a game that he was involved in.
Yeah. And then last week he didn't do anything because he's not active when everybody's there. But yeah, I mean, he does see targets, but yeah, he's just not making the plays. But I mean, look, that's Yoshivas' problem too. It's the same thing. They're like the same player, just not very reliable. But finish off here with that says week 14. Somebody didn't change the slide.
Just a couple of quick notes here.
Yeah.
Trey Benson, we officially got confirmed. We'd mentioned this. Joe and I talked about this on the waiver wire show on Sunday night, that today was the date, right? He had to be activated today. And I said, go get Bam Knight. He's not been performing well, and he has a brutal matchup this week. It gets better after this, and Trey Benson didn't get activated. So now he's out for the season. So Bam Knight, RB1 for the Cardinals. Tough matchup against Houston, but then there's 2 easy ones. Maybe they get DeMarcado back. Carter's still involved, but Bam Knight's the one that you want. And then Drake London is still out tomorrow night, which makes I don't know if I really want. I don't want any of the Falcons receivers other than I think that makes Kyle Pitts the most usable. But
gross.
It is kind of gross. That's
gross.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's gross, but
it's gross. But I've got him tight end 5 right now because it's.
Is he above or below Fannin? I have that one in the league.
One below.
One below Fannin. Okay. I might end up starting them both because we were talking about the disaster at wide receiver. Like I'm considering flexing one of those guys over Khalil Shakir.
Oh,
yeah,
that would be. That's a choice, man.
Have you seen Khalil Shakir?
Don't think I hate it. I have Fannin above Shakir. I've got Pitts 1 below.
Yeah, see, so I knew they were all in that range. Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with Shakir. I don't know why they decided to not use him.
I said he was supposed to be the safe pick, right? That was my safe wide receiver 3. Banked 12 points, and then you did these just complete disaster games out of it right now.
Yeah, it's like he always got 10 targets. It was like, who cares? He went 10 for 60. It didn't matter, but you got those 10 touches. Like, you're fine. And he was going to score a touchdown every other game. Like, you were good. Yeah, I don't know what some of these teams are doing. Like New England with Diggs, Buffalo with Shakir. Like, what are we doing here? We're trying to get too cute and use all these other guys. Just stop it. Just use your best players. I don't get it. All right. That's it for the show. I want to thank you all for watching and listening. If you're still hanging around, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button. Leave some comments. We'd love to hear from you. Go over to Fantasy Six Pack. All access memberships are still available. Get playoff rankings. We got Nick in the top 10. I'm in the top 15. Dennis is in the top 25, I believe, over on Fantasy Pros. So pretty good season for all of us over there. We've got all the projections, the DFS. If you're out of it, DFS stuff, man, Dave Eddy is crushing. Has cashed in 12 of 14 weeks so far. So you want a good lineup, go ahead and hit Dave up in our Discord. You got to be a member to talk to him over there in those channels and get that lineup from him. But that's what we got. Good luck in week 15. Hope you are here next week getting some advice from us, meaning that you have moved on. And we will see you next week.